Good morning, friends. It's Monday. I'm Christiana Gaudet, and I am live on my Facebook business page as I am every Monday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time to bring you your three-card weekly reading, and we will get to that in just one moment. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and for those who celebrated Valentine's Day, I hope you had a wonderful time. It's the beginning of a brand new week. And so, what we will do is, I will be pulling three cards to share the energy for the collective. And if you would like an individual card for some guidance for the week ahead, go ahead and ask for it. Before we get started, I would like to remind you that I do have a class coming up this week on Zoom. It is tarot reading for personalities and relationships. And that will be this Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You need a ticket. You can get a ticket. You can get a ticket by going to the events here on my Facebook page or going to my website, tarotbychristiana.com, in order to get your ticket there. Would love to see you. This is a great class. If you read for yourself, if you read for others, you probably read about relationships, not just romantic relationships, but all kinds of relationships. And this is a class that will help you do that. All right, let's get going. So we've got this new thing going on here where we do the three-card weekly reading on Monday with the Mystic Mondays Tarot. I haven't gotten sick of this yet. Have you? I may never. I love this deck, and I think it's particularly fun to use it on Monday. So let me know if you start getting tired of it. You're like, Christiana, switch up your deck. I will. But in the meanwhile, let's enjoy Mystic Mondays. All right. So, three cards to guide the collective through the week, to let us know what the available energies will be for all of us. And oh my goodness gracious, it took 2.5 minutes for a troll to find us. That is amazing. That is an amazing, so quick, so quick. So I think that's a world's record. So give me just one moment. Let's get that crazy person blocked right away. Okay. Hang on one second here. There we go. Blocked, blocked, blocked. All right. Three cards for the collective for the week ahead. The first card, the Eight of Wands reversed. So this week, things may start to slow down a little. Things will not move forward as quickly as we would like. Remember that we are still in Mercury retrograde, and that can be part of it. You know, feeling like things aren't happening as quickly as we would like them to. We also need to be very, very careful about how we communicate, for fear that we are misunderstanding someone or that we ourselves are being misunderstood. And I mean, those are all Mercury retrograde things. So we've probably been being careful about that. This reminds us we're still there. We still need to be careful about those things. And don't be impatient, right? Things may not happen as quickly as we would like. Okay, this card came up last week, and here it is again, the King of Pentacles. So this reminds us to be leaders, to step up to a leadership position where and when that's appropriate, especially having to do with the management of your own resources and with your work, whatever you do that you consider work. Finally, the Magician. Well, this is Mercury himself, actually. The Magician is literally related to Mercury. And so it reminds us that we can use the energy of Mercury retrograde to our advantage. This card also reminds us that we have the skills, the tools, the abilities to do what we need to do. Sometimes we need to open our mind. Sometimes we need to learn. And so this week, be patient, be careful about the way you communicate, be a leader, be a student, figure out what your tools, skills, and abilities are, be willing to have an open mind, and be willing to learn. These are the things that will be very important. And having the magician here, that is so powerful. It gives us the opportunity to initiate new things. It reminds us of our power in the world, as does the King of Pentacles in a different way. And so we may be dealing with some obstacles this week, but we have the opportunity to work with them, to move through them, and to be successful. All right. Very good. Good morning to all of you. Oh my gosh, here is a new one. Oh, goodness gracious. Let us block that one right away. Very good. Thank you all so much for your support in being here, in spending a little time Monday morning with me, and in trying to get rid of those trolls. All right. So I'm now going through and I'm going to get to as many requests as I can in the order that I see them. And while you're listening to this, if you hear something, even if it's not your reading specifically, if you hear something that makes sense to you, go ahead and take it to your heart and to your spirit, because that's how these group sessions work. All right. So, Leisha, King of Swords reverse. Be very careful about the communication piece this week, and recognize that you may be dealing with someone, perhaps at work, who is not as honest as they could be. And so double check everything. Do not believe someone else. Verify. That's the key. Okay, so nice to see all of you here. Thank you so much. Melissa Burkhammer, I'm glad to see you. Hey, the Chariot. This is great. This week, you are really going to take some giant leaps forward. You may be preparing for some travel. You may be figuring out what your next chapter is going to look like. This may be about your own healing, but in whatever case, it shows you in charge, you being the master of your own destiny, and that's something you've been working toward for a while. So that is a beautiful thing, Melissa. Kim Murphy Case. Oh my gosh, am I having sunshine? Check it out, man. I took some time off, and hey, it's Florida, right? I probably could have used more sunscreen, but still, I love being out in the sun. So there it is. All right, Kim Murphy Case. Let's see what we have for you. The Ace of Wands reversed. So you may be feeling a little draggy this week. You may not be feeling your full energy, your full enthusiasm. You're the one who really needs the sunshine right now. And so what do you need to do? Maybe you need to rest. Maybe you need to do something fun. Maybe you need to pay attention to nutrition. But one way or the other, you got to get that inner flame lit so you can move forward and have a good week. Okay, Claire Carter, so nice to see you. Claire, you get the Princess of Wands reversed. And I think this is about you really taking a moment to figure out what comes next for you. And I know we've been talking about this for a while, but that's okay. You've got time. And sometimes it feels like there are just so many things that you have to do and get done. It makes it hard to figure out how that's all going to happen. Sometimes I think you just have to sit and breathe with it for a minute. But my friends, you will get done everything you need to get done, and you will be able to move forward. And that's the important thing. Okay, Carrie Dunnick, nice to see you. Here is a card for you. Carrie, you get the Three of Cups. And this is about making connections, whether it's making new friends or enjoying the friends you have, finding the people who really are your people. And that's hard in a pandemic. Maybe you do it online. Maybe you're able to do it in person. But one way or another, it's about sort of circling the wagons with your friends. And so this week, really pay attention to who are your friends, who are your allies, and try to spend some time in connection with them. Laurel DePaula, so nice to see you. Queen of Swords. So this week, you are really going to be doing some truth telling. Maybe that's in writing. Maybe that has to do with work. Maybe that has to do with communication with someone you care about. But the key is know what the truth is and don't be afraid to say it. I mean, you don't have to be mean about it, but go ahead and say it. And that is the key. So discern the truth and say the truth. That's the important thing. All right. Varnica, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Hey, 10 of Swords reversed. Oh, hang on just one second. Troll number 3, man. That is a new world's record. We have set 2 world's records today. First, for how quickly trolls hopped on this feed. And secondly, three in one broadcast. That's amazing, man. That we must have arrived at some level of something. I don't know. Okay, Varnica, 10 of Swords reversed. This may not be the easiest week. You've got some stuff going on here that seems a little difficult. Do not make it more difficult by blowing it up in your mind. Be careful about communication. That's sort of this overriding theme for all of us right now. And make sure you're taking good care of yourself. You may also find that some problems that you've been having for a while will start to dissipate this week. So you really are moving in the right direction. Rocio Marie, I'm so happy to see you. Hey, you get justice. So let's see, this week, do you have to deal with attorneys or courts or anything of that nature? Are you doing anything having to do with signing of contracts? This card could speak to all of that. So it can also speak to how you treat others and how you allow others to treat you. And so when we look at that, just recognize that fairness and balance, it's important, right? And so you don't have to be the angel of revenge, but neither do you have to take care of those who are not taking care of you. Okay, Neil Quatrano, so nice to see you. Glad that you are here. 4 of Swords reversed. Neil, there is no time to waste. You are going to have to be busy this week, taking care of stuff, doing the things that you need to do. And don't worry, you will have the energy, you will have the inspiration, you'll have what you need. Get to it. You have the opportunity to really move forward and make a difference in your own life and in the lives of other people this week. Maria Barisi, so nice to see you. You have the Princess of Cups reversed. This week, you need to nurture your heart. There have been some things going on that may be creating you some heartache. You may not know how to express that to other people. You may not even know how to express that to yourself. You may not fully understand it yet. That's okay. As much as you can, take time and space for healing and contemplation so that you can heal and move yourself forward this week. Kathleen Patricia, so nice to see you. Glad you're here. 7 of Wands. Man, you are really feeling the pressure. There is so much going on, so much coming at you. And I think there have been moments where you're not sure you are equal to it. But my friend, you are equal to it and more. You can deftly handle everything you've got going on and come out the winner. And that's what you need to remember, especially this week. Rachel Goff, so happy to see you. Glad that you are here. Rachel, you get the Princess of Swords reversed. And so there's this real question about what is true. Are you dealing with someone who is not being honest with you? Do you have people around you who are believing things that are not true? Are you unclear what to believe and what is true? This week, you need to do a real deep dive for your truth, and you need to make sure that the people around you are acting in integrity. Be willing to be open-minded. It's possible that something that you have been believing turns out not to be true. That's okay. It's growth, it's evolution. You don't have to double down on it, you just have to evolve. So this is a time of that sort of evolution. Okay, Jean Mnuchin, so happy to see you, and happy belated Valentine's Day to you as well. Look at you, man. You get the King of Wands. Whether you know it or not, you are moving forward. You are moving forward in creativity. You are moving forward within your community. You are moving forward as a leader. And these are exactly the things you set out to do. You may not yet see all the evidence of that, but I promise you it's happening and the universe sees it. And this week, you will do some things that move you in that direction. Very well done. Elizabeth, how are you? A card for your husband, Rich, for his work week. 10 of Wands. This is going to be a hard week for him. Be patient with him at home because people at work will not be patient. And he's going to have a lot on his plate and a lot that he has to deal with. He may be working some long hours as well. He can handle it. He's fine. But I know you are always there to support him. And this week, he's really going to need it. Liz Moore, I'm so happy to see you. Hey, 6 of Cups reversed. You know, I feel like Valentine's Day maybe is a hard day for you because it is a reminder of some difficult loss. And so I think even this week you're holding space for that. You know, healing comes in little bits and pieces. I also think that you're spending some time remembering who you are and who you always have been and what you can do to get back to that, to move forward to that, and to move yourself forward. And that's a beautiful thing. So one way or the other, it's all about healing. Michelle Flores, it's so nice to see you. 8 of Cups reversed. So this is an interesting thing because it shows us for this week that you're kind of digging your heels in and staying put. And if that's about loyalty, if that's about what you have to do and what your process should be, that's great. If you're being stubborn and you really should move on, that's not so great. So that's what you have to figure out this week. Where are you digging your heels in? Where are you refusing to change your ideals or your beliefs or your actions? And are you right? Are you right to stick to it? And if so, keep sticking. Or are you not right? And if you're not, then find the courage to move on. That's the key. Okay. Maria, friend Rita Sellers. Okay, for Rita. Rita, we see for you the Knight of Swords. And so this is really about swift motion and doing the right thing. That this week you will be called on to do the right thing and to figure out what the right thing is. And even if the right thing is hard, you have to do the hard, right thing. That is the key. This card also speaks about communication and how important it is to have clear, concise, understandable, honest communication. Always, but especially this week. Hey, Cassia, so nice to see you. Queen of Swords, you're the second person to get this today. But this suggests to me that you are moving forward in the right way, that you are making good decisions, that you are being a strong leader in your own life, and this is going to serve you. So just keep on going and you will do fine. Leni Kalu, I'm so happy to see you, and I love it when that rhymes. I'd love to be able to just do all readings in rhyme. Wouldn't that be great to be the rhyming reader? That would be fun. I don't think I can do it though. Okay, Leni, you have the 9 of Swords. you're definitely going through some stuff. And some days you're feeling positive and some days it's hard and it weighs on you. And this week it seems to be weighing on you pretty hard. Allow space for that. Allow space for your healing, but do not let it crush you. Process. Have space for processing. Do not give into it. Allow it and process it. That's what you have to do. Uma Elizabeth. Okay. Uma, this week, I think that you will find support from others around you, and you will learn to be a good support for yourself. Right now, one of the reasons that there's been some struggling is you are in a space of real healing, and you are in a space of claiming who you are, and other people are going to push back on that. You need to be a great partner to yourself, and you need to find the people who are great partners to you. And basically, on some level, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, screw everybody else. And, not actively. And some of those people are people you actually love, and you can still love them, but you can do it at a distance. So part of this is about boundaries as well. And those may be some tough boundaries. And they may be boundaries with people you deal with all the time, but just cannot expect these people to treat you in the way that you should be treated. And so how do you handle that? There's a lot going on there that you're going to have to work with, and it is not easy, but you're doing it and you will move forward. Okay. Pamela Thies, so nice to see you. King of Cups reversed. I think this week you are really continuing that journey of figuring out the way that you will most authentically lead. And that is a beautiful thing. As long as you continue that journey, you will be the leader that you have always been meant to be. Mark Saylor, good morning. Nice to see you. Betty, I'd love a card. Last week got the 9 of Wands, and boy, was it ever. Perhaps this week will be a little better. Betty, this week you have the Ace of Cups. And so it's really important just to lead with love, right? To do the loving thing, to love yourself, to feel the love of a higher power, to feel the love of nature, and to recognize that stuff is stuff and people are people, but handle it with love. Even if you also have to use humor and boundaries and whatever else, make sure love is present and that you are present there with love. Sandy Stokey, good morning. Sandy, the Knight of Swords. So you're the second person to get this. For you this week, I'm going to say good use of technology, moving forward quickly and getting things done, speaking the truth, doing the right things without fear. Forward motion, that is the key. Good to see you here. Have a good week. Okay, Lynn Marie Williams. Lynn Marie, we see the Fool for you. This basically tells you to be willing to step forward into something new. You may want to do it carefully. You may want to consider all the ramifications, but once you've got it figured out, be willing to make a bold move without fear. That's the important thing. And recognize that you are at the beginning of a journey and that this is your story and you get to write this story any way you want. Okay. Okay. Barrett, nice to see you. Barrett, you also get the 9 of Swords. So for you, there may be a lot on your mind as well, a lot that you're dealing with. Maybe that's just your schedule at work and you're going to have to tick things off one at a time to get things done. But do not overthink things and do not allow the weight of the things to weigh down your spirit overly much. looks like a busy week for you. Kim Morse, nice to see you. Hey, you're the second one to get this. 2 of Cups. So for you, I'm going to say, this is about figuring out who your real partners are in terms of friends, in terms of love, in terms of creativity, in terms of work. Who do you trust and who do you not trust? That's a thing to think about this week. Renee, my friend, Renee Lopez Alphonse, my friend from the Poconos. I've been thinking about your little baby chihuahuas. Do you still have chihuahuas? They were so cute. All right. Renee, you get the 2 of Swords. I feel like you're in a decision-making process. Now, whether or not you're going to have to make that decision this week, I'm not sure. But the key is, as you figure things out, make sure you're doing it with logic and not with emotion. That's really the key, to come at things from a logical perspective rather than an emotional one. Okay. Corrine Bell, nice to see you. Corrine, you get the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So if you're working a job, this may be a tough week at work. One way or the other, whatever the things are that you need to get done this week, you're going to find it to be challenging. And the management of resources is going to be part of that. Managing money, managing time, managing your energy. What you need to do is recognize that you're in charge of that. You're in charge of those resources. And do not let other people tell you how to do that. You manage them the way you think is right. Okay. Vicki Brown. Vicki Brown, you're the second one to get this, the Chariot. This is a great card. It shows you in control, moving forward, being the master of your own destiny this week. This is your energy. You really have the wind at your back. Use it. Teresa Iannuzzi, nice to see you. Glad that you are here. Teresa, you get the King of Pentacles, which was also a card for the collective. So this week, really be a leader. Be as strong as you can in your own position and your own leadership, especially in matters of practicality. Okay. Belinda Murphy, a card for Belinda Murphy. Belinda, you get Judgment. This week, it is time to put closure to the past. It is time to let go of regrets. And it is time to really open yourself to hearing spiritual guidance. This will move you forward. Pushti, so nice to see you. Glad you're here. Here is... Oh, look at you. You also got the King of Pentacles. This is a popular card today. So this week, pay attention to the ways in which you are a leader and are becoming a leader. Do the practical things. Do the things you have to do, not necessarily the things you want to do, but those are the things that will indeed move you forward. Okay, I am just going through the list. Hey, Peggy Lou, nice to see you. Hey, I got to rhyme again. That always makes me happy when that happens. Peggy Lou, a card for you. You get the Emperor reversed. So, the question is, what are the structures that you have to deal with, or the structures in your life that serve you? What are the ones you have to navigate that you don't really like? And what are the ways to navigate them? This can be about medicine. This can be about government. This can be about your own family structure. So this week, pay attention to the structures that you're dealing with and which ones you absolutely have to deal with and how you can navigate them best. Do not let them take your power away from you. Okay. Hey, Robin Silberman Levine, so nice to see you. You get the Two of Wands reversed. This is all about finding your way forward, trying to figure out what is going to work for you, what you want. Where do you want to be? I mean, you don't have to figure this all out this week, but this is part of the energy of the week for you. Figuring out where do you want to be a year from now, 2 years from now? What do you have to do to get there? How do you make that happen? And you have been going through a period of time where it's been very hard for you to see your own future. And so this is about finding the vision for your future. Okay. Oh, Renee, no more chihuahuas, ragdolls now. That's fun. Okay, Lori Basevich, so nice to see you. Here's a card for you. The Five of Cups. Man, this week you're really going to be focused on the fact that you've had some wins, but also some losses. You have to pay attention to those losses and process them, but do not let that be the narrative. Let the narrative be the wins. Anita Lovett. Nice to see you. Anita, this week you get the Lovers. Now, this could be about your love life, so keep an eye open. But this can also be about figuring out all the things that you want to integrate into your life and how you want to make those things work. Recognize you are in charge of figuring out how to put the pieces together to build for yourself the life that you really want. And you've got some power to do that this week. Okay. Friends, I have come to the end of my time. For those who I did not get a chance to get to, I do apologize. I will be live on the StarCon page tomorrow, so find me there. And in the meanwhile, remember, I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. Feel free to reach out. You can book an appointment directly on my website, which is tarotbychristiana.com. You can also go to the events there to get a ticket for my class on Thursday, which is tarot reading for personalities and relationships. And while you're there, you can sign up to get my weekly newsletter. So thank you all so very much for starting the week with me. I really appreciate you. Have a great week. I will look forward to seeing you all soon.